Indianapolis Colts, Sean, have the third easiest schedule. The Tennessee Titans have the 21st easiest schedule. You and I both think Indianapolis is a better team right now than Tennessee, and the schedule kind of works in their favor. We pulled it up right here. Okay, you open the season with 2 road games against 2 arguably worst teams in the NFL. Home game against the Chiefs might be a dog dare, but very manageable schedule, in my opinion, for the Colts. So, once again, I like the Colts to win this division, and then when you add in this schedule, it kind of enhances it a little bit more.
It does, and just to keep context on it, and I'll be interested what Jared thinks as well, I'm one that doesn't buy in the strength of schedule in the NFL. Because anybody that had Cincinnati on the schedule last year had no idea they were going to end up in the Super Bowl. So because of the parity, no one thought the Cardinals were going to start the year. Were they 7-0, 8-0? So NFL is kind of weird when it comes to strength of schedule.
I agree. And I think the narrative fits that. But you speak of Warren Sharp, Tim, he put out some very great – I mean, he does do the best job with the NFL schedule, hands down. So of the 10 teams that had the hardest schedule last year, only 3 out of those 10 went over their win totals: Cardinals, Steelers, Raiders. On the flip side, of the 10 teams that had the easiest schedule in the NFL last year, only 3 stayed under their season win total: Bills, Broncos, Browns. So I agree. I do think it's hard for us to predict what the strength of schedule will be right now. And what we think the strength of schedule is now might not be what it is at the end of the rainbow in 8 months. But the strength of schedule does kind of tell the story of what your season could be. So what's the thought process? All right, let's try to predict what the strength of schedule will be, which is very hard to do. And very few people do it well. Warren does do it very well. And he's pretty definitive on his choices this year. Giants with the easiest, and Chiefs by a wide margin have the most difficult strength of schedule. How about this? Week 12, Week 13 versus the Rams at the Bengals, the 2 Super Bowl teams towards the end of the season. So it might be hard for us to predict what the strength of schedule is at this point. I agree with you, Sean. But if we can get to that point, we can get a leg up on the win total.
Visit VSiN.com to get current odds, listen for free, find showtimes, and download VSiN sports betting podcasts.